Ooh.
So young, which we call cougar women. That's why they call cougar women for women, right? For a reason. So they're just like us, right? They're just like us. Older men like the younger women for their youth, and the older women like the younger men for their youth. So fair exchange, no robbery. Now, younger women dating older men is normal. It's been the way that way since forever, right? What age though? Now in 2024, a lot of people on these YouTube streets are trying to say what age is acceptable and what age is not acceptable. But at the end of the day, the woman who's out here, once she turns 18, 19, right, and she's fighting to try to survive, and that man comes along and provide for her an easier path, and that's suitable for her, age ain't nothing but a number. Simple, right? And now, to your point, what kind of daughter you want to be to your man? To now, I have a daughter as well, right?
Lord.
And I tell her every time, I say, look, if you want to have a successful relationship, you're going to have to not talk back, right? You're going to have to just be a team player. I mean, I understand you're going to have questions. You guys are going to be perfect, but you're going to have to learn how to have a conversation without being combative. And it's not that I don't want my daughter to not question some things that could be detrimental to maybe the things she feels is making her comfortable.
Yeah.
But doing an always approach in a respectful manner, no matter what the situation is.
Ruthless, I gotta tell you, what you said right now, Ruthless, that's true. But have you done that with your actions of respecting, her mother or
Well,
something like that?
I'm not a girl. I'm not a girl. I'm not a girl. So of course I didn't do it. I'm not gonna do what I tell my daughter to do. I'm a man, right?
Wait
So
a minute.
we
Wait,
have
Ruthless. We had a question from the chat,
dynamics.
Ruthless. Hold on. We got a question from the chat. Was you moved to a new senior home?
Shout out to Maya Reed.
Right out of my race. She on
Oh
the
man. Anyway, so I'm a man, right? So our
yeah.
dynamics are different. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
as I'm fortitude with my wife, or fortitude with my wife, I am going to impose maybe certain things in a respectful manner, though. I'm in a respectful manner that I'm going her to ask her to agree to, so that we can move forward in the overall picture. Because she understands once we're in the dating and courting and whatever vetting phase y'all want to call it, we already know what we own. We in it to win. We're playing to win, right? We don't play to lose. And if you're combating me, and if you lack patience and endurance, then you put us in a losing position. And now you're a vulnerable asset, right? You're now I have to get rid of you, right? Or I have to at least try to work with you as long as I can. So the best way to win is when we're on the same page and we're fighting for the same thing, and that is retirement and a comfortable lifestyle.
I agree with you.
That's that. Go ahead,
No,
Akeem.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But I do think that this is the argument I'm hearing women talk about, where the old ways still work, but we just need to redefine them. I know a lot of women feel they're under a tyranny rule when patriarchy was here. So we have to, we have to redefine it in a way where it works best for others. Now, here's the thing. If I'm going to teach my daughter, if I had a daughter to say, hey, I want her to get ready to be with a man. Jordan said it. It's the way you treat their mother. And also, too, I still want my daughter to learn how to cater to a man, but also she could see that I cater to her mom. I also should be able to cook and bring a plate of food to her too, just like the mom wants to do for me. There's certain gender roles I might still want to be intact, not to say generally. I still feel a man should be pumping the gas, changing tires, or that doesn't mean I'm not going to go and clean the toilet and wash the house. You know what I mean? It all depends on what works to feel that, okay, you just because you're a woman, you're required to do this. No, we can all do this and redefine how we want to make this relationship work where nobody feels like, okay, this is do this because it's based on a gender. So to form to say that, hey, babe, if you find a man you love, you have these conversations on how does our relationship look? Because everybody relationship is different. Some women make way more money than most men. They become the breadwinners. But the man fits in areas where she might lack at. She doesn't um what you say emasculate him because he doesn't make more money, and he doesn't feel like to oppress her because he's a man. So that's to say too, going back to what you say, how to be cooperative. What is the goal so we can put this money up so we can take trips to Dubai, not to be a dumpster, but to go in and enjoy. So, and that's the thing. As my age now, I'm looking for a partner. I'm looking for a woman I can cater to just as well as she wants to cater. I want
But
her
now,
treat her. Go ahead.
I hear your sentiments, right?
Mhm.
But you don't really have to say that, right? You're overstating yourself and you're overselling yourself. It's already a given that men push forward the sentiments of our paying for that. We're this is men paying for dates and funding our time together with women is not a problem in this country. It is not a epidemic that we're not doing, right? There's a couple of movements going on, I'm not going to go into them, but for the most part, majority of men are still more than willing and more than happy to still pay for things, right? So
Mhm.
that's something we don't have to say. But what we do need to understand that reciprocity has to be in game statistics because women, because they're complaining, right? And because a lot of women want a lot more, now we have to ask for receipts, right? We have to demand because we have to show some sort of stoicism to show that we care about you and we still don't mind doing for you. But if you can't show appreciation for amount of resources that y'all have poured for men in over, let's say, 100 years, which is over trillions of dollars, right? Right? Because if
What?
you're a good looking woman, a woman with a good attitude, will never go without. 100%, unless you got a mental illness or drug addiction, you'll never go without. Some guy step in there and bring you in. Come on, baby. Hop on. Right? So with all this complaining going on and just different things that we're disagreeing on, we have to now demand reciprocity before we can have a sound relationship. Because I need you to have a skin in the game. I need you to have something to lose in this. Because if I'm investing all my finances and time, right, into this great thing we're building, and I'm making it easy for you, because I like your personality, I think you're beautiful, right? I think we get along. So I don't mind sharing this with you. And then you turn around and complain that you want more, then now we have to make you invest in us as well. Now women need to invest some of their resources because now they have the money, right? Now they have jobs.
Nigga,
They're
get out of
capable.
here.
They're capable. Yeah, they're capable. Women are capable now. You guys are no
Yeah, we
longer.
capable, but we ain't gonna
You
do
guys are
it.
smarter than us. Wait a minute, you guys are smarter than us on a large scale,
Right.
right? You guys are now a voice in politics,
Mm-hmm.
and right. You guys are a voice of reason now. You guys have. You guys now have stoicism. You guys are. You guys got this. What's the first lady? So those things that we afforded y'all when y'all didn't have those things was at gentleman's expense, right? We don't even want them back. We don't even want them back. But now that you guys are pushing us because of the complaints, well, then now it's time to chip in for the win, right? It's time to chip in for the win. Now we need us men to pull back our resource just a little bit and make her invest, put a skin in the game. So that way, when we both get to the finish line, if she wants to walk away, she needs to think about, okay, I done put a lot into this as well. And this is the problem with women because they don't put that much in financially, right? They put their time in, but that's a wash. We do too. And they have kids. I give them that. But they're getting well rewarded for that. So if they're going to walk
Are they
away,
getting well rewarded for having children? What's the reward?
yes, yes, the
What's the
reward
reward?
is the way we court and vet you guys. We treat you guys like queens.
Oh my God. Well, then explain all these single mothers out here.
Because I'll explain that to you. The single motherhood is in epidemic because the women are no longer happy with or satisfied with the men on the majority. Because I'm not saying no men leave. I'm not going to say that, right? I'm not going to say no man's leaving. But the numbers attest to majority of women are walking away because they're saying they can do better all by themselves. Independent. I don't need a man. This is
What numbers
what
are
the numbers
saying?
are saying.
What
Yeah,
numbers
the
are
numbers
saying?
are saying the numbers are saying that the women are leaning on independence rather than codependence.
What numbers are
Right?
saying that? What numbers are you talking about?
The divorce numbers, right? Women
But
leaving
that's
at a
not
high
how
clip.
most women become single mothers, right? Most women aren't married, having children, and then divorcing and becoming a single mother. Most women are single mothers because the man never even offered them the dignity of marriage to begin with.
Why? And I agree with you that, right? And the only reason why the man didn't offer them that is because the woman wasn't worthy of that. Most
Well,
men,
then
if
why
they
was
have
she
a woman
worthy
that's
of his
worthy,
child?
most women, yeah, but it all comes with team, right? The team effort. Yeah, the kid is what puts you in a very special place in a man's eyes. I'm not saying majority. There's some outliers. There's some outliers, PhD. But I ain't gonna lie. There's some dudes who just have a baby just because, right? We're not denying that. But I'm just saying for the majority, in 4 or 5 years of kids, every man and woman in that relationship has plans to be a future with that person, if you guys can work it out. That's a fact. So mostly the single mama epidemic is majority. The women are saying, I could do better, I could be better, I could be independent all by myself. And if you can't give me and attest to my happiness, well, I feel that's great, you're out. You're out. And did they have a stepdaddy in place, ready to go, hope, and come in with his resources? Hakeem could attest to that, right? And take the place of the guy who did not live up to his standard, did not live up to the thing he said he was going to do. Here, they don't like the kids. That's why they don't like the kids, because they want a new daddy, they want new life, new man. So, and they're not
So why are
saying
the fathers
PhD,
giving them full custody? Why are the fathers giving them full custody?
no, we're not giving them. They taking it. Women are taking it, right?
How do they take? No, how can a woman take full custody?
Well, because the courts, when she goes to the court, in a lot of cases when they go to courts, right? Mm-hmm. Most men won't. I'll say a lot. I'll say 90% of men want 50-50.
Right.
But the women, on the most part, don't want to do 50-50. They want to do, you can come get them every other weekend or every other month for, the weekend or whatever. So that's a fight. It's a battle. Most men back down from it because they can't afford to keep fighting this. It costs money. It ain't free. And time. Plus they got to work and still collect resources. So yes, the woman's she's going to get the kid majority of the time.
Well, so the thing is, most custody agreements don't even go through the courts, right? So about 80% of custody agreements are mutually agreed upon by both parties without going to court. So women and men are getting together and coming up with their own custody agreements without going to court. So how are the women ending up with full custody if the men aren't giving it to them?
Because the man can't afford to keep going. So they bring a mediator.
No. They're not going to court.
Right.
So that's not
a mediator.
Right.
They're bringing a mediator. Right. They're bringing a mediator in. They got a mediator. Right. Case is in the court, but to go to a judge and before a judge, most of the things get resolved quickly because they bring a mediator in and they tell the guy, look, if you take this thing in front of this judge, you're gonna get your head cracked. Now, we can do the simple. You can see that you can take the kid in the summer, she gets all the winters, and be done with this. And that way, this will save you like 50 bands. Most guys gonna take that.
Mediator isn't allowed to tell either party something like that, right? Because they're the neutral party. And so why are the men giving primary custody to the women?
Because they don't have the money to keep fighting.
So how do the women have the money to fight?
Because we don't need that much money, because women, they're coming, women come in with the advantage point, and the courts already She's
They're not in
already
the
getting
court.
pretty much.
They're making an agreement between each other with a neutral party. And so there
Yeah,
is
but
no court to give an advantage to anybody. They're with a
no,
neutral
yeah,
party,
well,
right?
no.
And
Before
so how
when
are the men giving the women
I'm,
primary custody? Because if the men don't have the money to fight, then the women certainly don't have the money to fight, right? Because men on average earn more than women. So if the man
yeah,
can't fight, the woman ain't gonna be able to fight, which is why they come into an agreement without going to court, right? And so why are the men giving primary custody to the women?
and
Look
once
at it.
again, Diva, I want to make it clear with you. The case is still filed in the courts, right? The file of divorce.
I'm aware of what you're
Okay,
saying.
and
They're
then
still with a
I'm getting it.
neutral mediator.
Right.
The
So
mediator
then
is a neutral
then
party.
the court assigns their mediator,
Mm-hmm.
right? The mediator type of situation. So when they come in, they give you the best advice. They're advisors. And
No, they're
advice
not. The mediator is a neutral party who
yes,
sits there
yes.
and lays
And
out, tries to get y'all to come to a mutual agreement on the terms
right.
of the custody agreement.
Are
Yeah,
there
so they're
lawyers?
not giving you advice. They cannot give you advice by
No, they're advising
by
you.
definition. No,
They're
they're not
advising
advising
you.
you. They're not giving you
they're
advice.
advising you the best way to end this.
No,
If
they're
you do
not.
this,
They're telling you,
this
they're
happens.
trying to
If
get
you do
y'all to
this,
come together and
right.
come to an agreement,
Right.
but they can't advise you on anything. Their role
Well,
is not to advise people.
okay,
It's to
let's use another
mediate.
word. Let's use
It's
another
to
word. They
mediate.
give their
They're
opinion.
mediators.
They give their opinion. They give their opinion. They say, look, these are the things, these are the facts. All right. If we go into a court battle, right? Each party, this is what it costs. You have to get lawyer, da 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 da. This could be in here for years, da 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 da, and blah blah blah. So most men, like 80-some%, just say, you know what, because they have to work, because going to court is very inconvenient for a guy who has
The women are doing the same thing. The women are doing the same thing. So you can't use that as an excuse.
Right. But the women automatically is awarded full custody off the top.
That's not true. In many states, 50-50 custody is the standard, right? So no, that's absolutely not true that women are awarded custody off top. No.
Divorce, right? Or when you got separate, right? Mm-hmm. Time off the tie for. Now, what the man is coming to do.
What? No. If that's your child and if you have been legitimized as that child's father, right, then you have just as much rights to that child as that woman. So now let's say the woman, yes, you do. Let's say the woman takes the children with her. If you go and say, hey, I want to pick the kids up for the weekend and spend the weekend with them. If you get those kids for the weekend and don't take them back and there's no custody agreement in place, then you can keep those kids until y'all come to a custody agreement.
And then
absolutely
they will file a kidnapping charge on you. I've seen this happen.
No, they won't, because they're both parties have just as much right to the kids. If you have been legitimized as that child's father, and see, this is what a lot of Black men don't understand, that signing a birth certificate don't legitimize you as that child's father. To be legitimized as the child's father, the child has to either have been born in wedlock, so you had to be married to that child's mother when that child was produced or birthed, or B, because even if it ain't your child and you married to her, legally it's your child. So you better get a DNA test and go through the process of saying that this ain't my child. Or nevertheless, B, the other way to be legitimized as a child's father is you have to go through a court process to be legitimized as that child's father. So simply signing a birth certificate does not legitimize you. And in that case, of course, you can't just run off with the lady children. But if you have been legitimized as that child's father, then you certainly can.
I totally agree with you 100%.
Right. So why aren't y'all doing what y'all got to do in order to be in your children's lives? I'm not making your point. The point is you got to do what you got to do to be in that child's life.
I'm not disputing that. But you're making my point. If you're not married, we're talking about people who just having babies, right?
Right. Correct.
The woman automatically gets full custody because once again, the man has to legitimize himself as a father through the courts.
Right, but it's not. No. She don't automatically get full custody, that's
Yes,
not
she
your
does.
child legally. No, because that's not your child legally. You haven't been
Her.
legitimized as the child's father, so it's not your
That's my
child
point.
legally. Okay, well
Well,
then why?
Ruthless,
If it's not your
I have a
child,
question.
then how you got any rights to it?
Ruthless.
She gets the kid automatic.
How you
Not
get
because
the
you
kid
are the child's
automatic?
father. I'm sorry,
Right, but
Joy,
she
go
gets
ahead.
the kid automatically full custody. Then you come. This is
Because
what you
you're
come to the
not that
mediator for.
child's father.
The mediator comes in, and you guys kind of negotiate. Okay, I say to you, hey, baby, I would like to get the kids. Or no, sorry for calling you baby. It's a bad habit. Just, hey, PH Diva, I just want the kids for, I say, every other week. Is that cool with you? And then if you agree to it, you're like, yeah, we Gucci. Then the mediator say, settle. We'll sign a contract, and we're all done. We're all done. Now, if I say, PH Diva, I want the kids every other day, right? Just say I'll say that, right? You're gonna say, no. That's, I'm not putting my children through that. No. Then if the mediator cannot settle that, then we're going before a judge, right? And then the judge is gonna say, okay, blah, 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 blah. But the woman off the top has full custody. That's once again, unless they're married. That's different. Because now you're, like you said, you're legitimized. Or if you're not married, the woman walks with the kid, she can leave the kid and be with that kid in full custody. Now, this is why you come into court for, to get to acclimate those rights, to have those rights, to access to that kid legitimately without getting charged with kidnapping or any crazy shit.
Right. And so what you're saying is the woman is going to have the children because legally you are not that child's father.
Right, exactly.
And so you're
I agree
going
with
to
you.
court to be legally recognized
Right,
as the child's father.
right, exactly.
Right. And
So
so
until
it's
that's
not
proven,
the woman getting full
right.
custody
Yes, she is.
because you
Because
aren't the
until,
child's father. You aren't the
right.
child's father. So how can you have any custody?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're saying my point. I'm saying a woman gets full custody, not the man. He has to fight because he first has to legitimize himself, right? He has to get the rights to that child by legitimizing himself. Then once he legitimizes himself, then you negotiate.
Right. So
But
this
the
is the
woman
thing.
off the top, the kids go with her.
But you're
The kids go with her.
saying, okay, you're saying that as if, so, okay, a lot of times, so there are cases where you can file a claim in court and the court will tell you, you have no legitimate claim and they dismiss it, right? So prior to you, the man going to court and being legitimized as the child's father, he has no legitimate claim to those children. So it's not that the woman is getting full custody off the top. It's that the daddy don't exist.
Exactly. That's my point, PA Diva. That's my point.
So that's not okay. All right.
That's
And so
my point, PA Diva. I'm saying that the woman, because the dad is not fully proven to be the dad, right? Like you said, she automatically granted full custody. And then you go into the mediator to negotiate the custody of